force, I know it's hard to remember. All 1,980 members. That's why you have to go and collect them all. Tell your parents they can buy them at the mall now.
Hello and welcome to Speeding Bullets Repackaged. I am Richie, remembering again what I'm recording.
You nailed it twice in a row. I'm so proud of you, buddy. You're doing a great job.
We just recorded a Reloaded.
We did record a Reloaded, and now we're doing a Repackaged. You got the names right. Maybe you're not high enough, Richie. Maybe you need to, hit up a little bit more. It's your old pal Tupper with the tiny microphone. Welcome to the Toy Show with Pep. We are very excited for this week's episode. Lots of stuff to talk about. Thanks for watching us here on the Tubes of You, the YouTubes. Please like this video.
Hit that
subscribe down below. Get notifications for when we launch these. They're usually happening every Monday. Hey, Richie, it's a Monday, and we do have an episode that's coming out this afternoon.
It is.
That's serendipitous.
It's true.
Very serendipitous.
Normally, I have them up by about 10 a.m., but I didn't today, and it will be coming later. So I just have to post it on the Tubes of You.
You like that I call it that, isn't it? That's my thing.
Yeah.
I didn't invent that. Somebody else did, but I'm making it my own.
Yes,
so
right.
You are welcome. We got a pretty good show for you today.
I got a new Blue Lantern tattoo.
We got review. We got some coming soon. We got some reviews. Ooh, we got some good reviews. I just want to preface this by saying I got a lot of G.I. Joe toys over the last couple of weeks. So there are some great classified reviews coming for you guys over the next couple of weeks as we say goodbye to 2025 toy releases and talk about 2026. And Richie and I are getting very excited because every day that passes, we get closer to finding out what those Mattel DC Universe figures are going to look like, and I am thrilled.
Yes.
Thrilled about this.
I'm very interested.
I want the photos now.
Speaking of, because we also just talked about Masters of the Universe on the other podcast, very interested to see what Master of the Universe figures come out from the movie. It'd be really cool.
Yes. The detailing, I think, on those designs that they did for the film, I think are excellent. Very toyetic. So, yes, what can we expect to see on that front? And I think just like we're going to see at Toy Fair, we're going to see Masters of the Universe stuff as well. So it's going to be a big year.
Yeah.
It's a massive year. It's a huge cock and ear, Richie.
That's right. That being said, let's look what's coming.
Oh, it's that coming soon song. It's groovy, it's funky, and I talk over it because that's my job. I take my job very seriously. Also, not paid for my job. So, Richie, did you set up the Patreon yet? Come on, we're supposed to be people are supposed to be able to give us money for nothing.
I know.
You got to do that. I'm going to remind you later so that they can dire straits us.
That's
money
right.
for nothing and your chicks for free.
That's right.
Chicks can refer to any group of people, by the way. It doesn't have to just be ladies.
It's just
keep it gender neutral.
That's right. First up, we don't have a lot for McFarlane. In fact, we only got one thing, and I amazingly only included this because I was interested to see what the packaging for the retail McFarlane flight stands are, and there you have it.
Very stripped down.
Yeah.
It does feel like it's too Spawn oriented, but it's fine.
That's the McFarlane toys.
How many of ththese are you going to get, Richie?
I don't know. When we found the SKU randomly through a Facebook group a little while ago, I think I pre-ordered like 5 just because I wasn't sure what quantities they were going to come in or what the price was. There was no price. We just had a SKU. On Amazon, they're at $6.99 per stand, which is not great for that stand.
What's the Hasbro? The Hasbro stands you just got. What's their retail?
The pack of 3, I forget. I'd have to look that up. But give me 1 second. I'll look it up when we're doing other stuff, and I'll come back to it. And maybe I'll put it up on the screen right now when I'm editing, and then we can figure it out.
Yeah, I'm just curious as to whether or not because Richie gave me some of those Hasbro stands. They are amazing.
They come in a pack of
big
3.
Fan. I'm a big fan, and I'm just wondering, like, as far as a price point goes, if it's about 20. I'm thinking about $25 for the pack of 3 makes sense given how much moving parts there are and how they are operating. And I still think that that's going to be a better deal than $6.99 for a flight stand. And I mean, I don't hate the McFarlane flight stands, but those Hasbro stands I think are a cut above. They are very good quality.
Okay, so the posable action figure stands were $14.99 American for a pack of 3.
Whoa, that's great.
Yeah.
That's a great
So
price.
I would say I put that at about 20 Canadian-ish.
20 Canadian is great.
So 20 Canadian for a pack of 3, and if you're looking at pack of like if you were to get 3 of these, it's still more expensive to get the. I mean, you don't have to pay for shipping or anything, but
Both the same. A little bit more for the a little bit more for the Hasbro ones, but honestly, given what you get with the Hasbro ones, I feel like that's a way better deal.
And the Hasbro ones will work for some DC figures, not all, but some. But yeah, so we'll see what's there. The interesting to see on Amazon. I think it's early February is the release date, so we should be seeing them hopefully maybe at EB Games within the next few weeks. Maybe when some of the Spidey stuff comes out. Apparently, I haven't double checked, but since Friday, the Uncanny Spidey has been marked as released. Now that's the Nightcrawler Spidey, but the other ones were pushed back to 13 February now. Initially it was 7, now it's 13, but we'll get them eventually.
Damn it, we want that Spidey 2099.
Moving on from the little McFarlane thing we had, we got some Mafex. This is a cool figure. It's another Batman Hush figure from Mafex, but it's Bruce Wayne. But he's got some, like, if you look in the top of the picture, it's got, like, it shows an from below image of the foot, and it's actually like he's like disguised as Batman underneath all of that, and it's got some extra heads and stuff. Don't know why it has a Catwoman head. That doesn't make sense to me. But yeah, this kind of looks neat.
Is this a kind of figure that if you have those other Batman and Catwoman figures, it comes with accessories essentially for them that just happens to be included in this set?
Maybe.
That's what it looks like to me.
So, but I can see this too as being, you can have him sort of disguised and like half costume in this as well. I don't know. So it's Mafex. Yeah, it looks cool.
We get very few Bruce Wayne figures, and honestly, this is kind of a good looking Bruce Wayne figure, and they did base it on a very toyetic comic series in Batman Hush, so. Yeah, not upset about it.
Speaking of Hush, we're not going to hush quite yet because there's a Superman / Clark Kent that I think is pretty cool. The glasses, not so much, but everything else.
Yeah, the glasses look kind of dorky.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie.
Not in the cool dorky kind of way, just the dorky kind of way.
Yeah, it doesn't look as good, and obviously, there's a bunch of different glasses that go on different characters in the 1/12 scale that I think have done and been received very positively. So I'm a little disappointed in Mafex, especially considering their price points are higher. But that's okay. Yeah, that's their prerogative.
You can't win them all.
We don't collect
right?
Mafex.
Yeah,
can't win them all. Yeah.
So, that's it for Mafex. We got some NECA, surprisingly, not horror though. And that's Big Bird.
Big Bird.
I'm not going to get this, but I think this figure looks awesome. For anyone that does want to collect Sesame Street stuff, I love that it comes with an alternate head that has Big Bird's sort of like sympathetic face on it. I think that's really cool. It's got the letter B, teddy bear, different accessories for Big Bird as well. I just think it's really well done. And something you can, this is a collection that you can sort of, like do with your kids type thing is Sesame Street stuff.
I again, posability is great. That alternate head, I think, is from the very first couple of years when the Jim Henson Studios was still trying to figure out exactly the look of the Muppets as they would appear, their iconic looks. So I think it's nice to have included that, a little bit of history there. This is great. I mean, again, it's not something that I would ever collect, but I agree with Richie. This would be a nice thing to collect with your kids, especially if they enjoy Sesame Street. Yeah. There's a lot of stuff here. It's very nostalgia baity, but I'm okay with that. Yeah. Like this is nice stuff. Yeah. It's good stuff.
It is good stuff. And now, for something completely different, something that came up somewhere. This is coming from Trick or Treat Studios, and this is the Micromaniacs that they're doing. It's basically a horror version of Polly Pocket, and I didn't include them for this one, but they do have Trick or Treat Studios does have some other toys coming out with this line as well, and some other stuff. But I just thought this was fun, a thing to check out. If you don't have a lot of room and you want to still collect some horror stuff, this is the way to go for you. It's Polly Pocket really for horror dudes.
I find it very amusing that you used Polly Pocket and not Mighty Max, which was the boy version of Polly Pocket, which had like skulls and dungeons and stuff like that. So
I actually have no recollection of Mighty Max.
You don't know what Mighty Max is?
I don't know if I have just forgotten it due to years of smoking pot and or trauma, but
column A, column B.
Or if I just it never crossed my eye. Polly Pocket is the only thing I'm familiar with. So
yeah, this is there was a series of toys in the 80s called Polly Pocket, which came in like a purse, and the purse opened up to be like a little fun design thing with tiny characters, and that was for girls obviously, and for boys they had Mighty Max, same deal. My brother had a skull. The skull opened up to reveal like a dungeon lab, and it had like a Frankenstein monster and everything like that. Again, there was this obsession with tiny figures and toys in the late 1980s, early 1990s. This is where like Micro Machines came from, which I fucking loved, by the way. So it's kind of nice to see a little bit of a revival going on with those little mini play sets. And I think this is a really cool thing, and I honestly hope to see more. Good job.
Yeah. And that's all we got coming soon.
Coming soon.
That's all I got coming soon.
Well, it's January.
So
it's January.
There's only things
Stuff has come out.
It's only been like little trickles. So I'm sure by the time we next record, we'll have found some stuff. But so with that, we'll move into some reviews.
Oh yes, we got reviews coming at your face. Fuck me. You're gonna get it right now.
That's right.
Right this second. It is a big week. So I'm not sure what I put first, but I think we're going to talk about
that guy.
Okay. That's not what I thought we put first. That's perfect. Okay, so let's talk about the Desert Scorpion and Scorpion 25 deluxe set through G.I. Joe Classified. This is a figure I got for my birthday. I was very excited to get it because I've seen reviews, and I just know that this was going to be something I was a fan of. Back in the 80s, this was a 3 3/4 inch figure with a little scorpion that was included with it. Basically, they've just upscaled it in every way, which I love. I don't think this is anyone's favorite G.I. Joe Army builder, so a lot of us got it because we did appreciate the classic 80s toy, but the Scorpion was really kind of, I gotta get this for that fully articulated ball jointed Scorpion. It's just a couple shots of the Desert Scorpion himself. I greatly appreciate that he came with the extra face. It's not something I'm ever going to use, but it's nice. It kind of comes off of his face. They did the same thing in the DC Universe line with their recent releases where it's like the face comes off. I'm fine with it, but the real reason people are getting this set is for the Scorpion. The Scorpion does not disappoint.
It looks good.
I will say this. It looks great. So I will say this. It's obviously a giant scorpion in relation to the G.I. Joe Classified line, something that Dr. Mindbender would have clearly created. But when it's on your shelf, it does basically match the size of an emperor scorpion, and it is fairly realistic. So I will say, if you have family members that are afraid of arachnids or scorpions, maybe don't keep this one around where they can see it, because there could be a very high-pitched scream that you can hear coming from your toy room if this happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. But the legs are all articulated, the claws move, the tail pops in place and is all articulated. It's a very, very good animal, and it's got a great evil-looking face. The scorpion is absolutely worth the price of admission alone, and contrary to what you may think, it does stand on all four of those tiny little legs without the claws touching the ground, which I think is really, really cool. I love this desert scorpion figure. That reticle in the back is actually posable. It's on a ball joint, and it does rotate back and forth, so that's really cool. I don't know what it is. It's very Predator-esque. I think it's probably tracking the scorpion, but I love how it moves and it goes all over the place. Articulation on this figure is exactly where we'd expect it to be, a little softer than I was anticipating, and the pinless joints in the arms in particular are quite thin. It's a pretty thin action figure, so I don't know if over time we're going to experiencing some sort of loosening of the joints, if it's not going to be able to hold certain poses. I didn't love that element to it. But honestly, everything else with the Desert Scorpion dude himself is really cool. Love that removable face. I love the soft goods cape on this. Really, really nice design. It's not a hood. It's like, but it can kind of function as a hood. It can go up in the front and up in the back. It's really well done. The design of this character is, again, very, very nice.
It has an aesthetic that you can put it on your shelf with Star Wars figures too, if you wanted to.
Yeah. It doesn't, it feels, and this is a compliment, but it feels both like it belongs with the G.I. Joe Classified, but also not. And I think it is something that can go with multiple sets. And I mean, you can really easily cover up that Cobra tattoo on his shoulder with that cloak, with that desert cape, and get some effect out of it. It's just very well, nicely designed and done. I love that it comes with so many accessories. I love that it comes with that giant prodding stick, and there's very clearly a sculpt on the side that makes it electrified, so it can poke the scorpion and get it to move where it needs to go. It's a very interestingly done figure. I love the addition of the claws, the Wolverine claws that come with it. I think kind of makes sense because he's a desert character. This is great. I mean, this is really, I think it's a dark horse entry, and I think some people are going to shy away from it because of the price point. It is a higher price point because of the addition of the animal. But if you are into animal figures, you got to get this. The Scorpion really does stand out. It's a very cool thing. That would, to me, is worth the price of admission alone. But the figure itself is actually really nice, and I think there's a little bit of world building that happens with this overall set. It's just, I think personally for me, again, a few things fall short. It is, the arms are a little thin. It is a little softer of a plastic, so you may be experiencing some joint wear, some inability to hold poses as time goes on. Your mileage may vary, but I didn't love it, and I'm going to have to deduct a little bit from the overall score. But I mean, for me, this is a solid 9. Some people might put this at a 10. Great design, great articulation, great playability, lots of accessories, and it's just fun. I mean, this, I think, is an absolute must-get if you're even remotely fan of G.I. Joe Classified. Richie, you need to get this guy for the Scorpion.
I'm thinking about it.
I think the Scorpion is the winner for this one. Yeah, the figure's great. He's nice. Love the soft goods, but the Scorpion, I think, is what's going to pull you in. So if you see it at a good price, pick it up. Right. It's going to be a worthy fit on your shelf.
Yeah. That being said, we'll move into the one you thought you were seeing first. Well, we got some other photos for reference to show first.
So we are going to be talking next about the Snake Eyes polar bear set, and we're going to require a little bit of background here. So this is based upon the animated series, the Mass Device episodes. It was like a 5-episode arc. It's a little mini movie, and the polar bear and Snake Eyes come directly from this. So I wanted to put some shots in of that episode of the polar bear. Obviously, a very animated 80s style polar bear. Here's Snake Eyes. He's been infected with the Mass Device radiation. He's stolen it from Cobra, escaped out into the wilderness, and he's on the run from the Cobra soldiers, and that's what it's based on. So this is directly taken from the animated series in the 80s. Now it's G.I. Joe Classified, and boy, what a set. What an absolute banger of a set. I cannot get over how much I love this set. First of all, let's talk about Snake Eyes for a second. Snake Eyes in this set is really just a repaint of the retro carded Snake Eyes that came out last year, or 2023, I think it was. Great. It was great to have him. He's very much reminiscent of that original 80s figure. But the color ops on this, the blues and the purples really, really pop on this figure. It's just very, very nice, especially in person. The thing that sells him is that those radiated hands, which he comes with your trigger fingers, he comes with some punching hands, he comes with some chopping hands. They're all pink. The design, it just really looks great with that blue and purple on the figure itself. And hey, those hands all glow in the dark. Nice. So put them under a heavy light, bring them into your darkest room, and they will actually glow like they glowed on the cartoon, which I think is great.
Does the device glow as well?
The device does not glow. That is one thing. The device does not glow. So I did some kind of setup here so you could kind of see, like, in reference to the actual animated series that it's pulled from, just a couple of little fun things that I did.
Clever how you got the stand to hold onto the arm of the bear for stability.
I did, yeah. They're using those new Hasbro stands, which I am going to talk more about in another episode because we're going to have reason to. Listen, I was just extolling the virtues of that scorpion, which I think the scorpion is one of the better animals that's ever been included in with a toy. This polar bear is 1,000% worth the price of admission. It is phenomenal.
I like the battle damage arm too.
It's heavy. It's a heavy figure. Yes, it comes with that battle damage arm, which you can just leave as a bloody hole in his shoulder, or you can have the regular shoulder, or like I have here, you can see he's got a couple of arrows in him. The head sculpt on this is the best head sculpt I've seen in any animal ever. It is so full of character. The scratches on his face, the scarred eye, just great. Again, here's a nice little thing. Again, using that Hasbro stand. Again, it's Snake Eyes. It's always fun to pose a Snake Eyes, especially with those glowing hands. Look at all the stuff that comes out. The loadout here is great. That he's got that bear trap. It's actually articulated and it is on a ball joint, so you can move it around and open and close it. I love the Mass Device container that comes with this set. That's the little domed thing. The dome does come off. The Mass Device crystals come out. The radioactive canister is really nicely detailed. I wish it opened. It doesn't. Not a big deal. Snake Eyes' weapons and accessories here are pretty cool. I love the repaint silver that's on the guns, the blasters. The knife is kind of useless, and it keeps falling out of the of the holster. So, but yeah, like nobody's getting this because the knife stays in. Nobody cares about the knife. You're getting this because of the polar bear, and the polar bear is what sells it. One of the best, if not the best, animal accessories that's been included. It would have been great if there was more of a waist movement. You can't really turn him to the side. He is just kind of a solid piece, and you do have to connect the legs when you pull him out of the box. Don't care about that. That's a very minor quibble and is not something that's concerning a review. But I'm obsessed with this toy. I love it. It is it really hits toyetic in every way. It's beautiful. This is a beautiful piece of work. It's a beautiful piece of craftsmanship. I love it so much. I think for the average collector, because it's another Snake Eyes, and if you are like this guy, you have 4 already, maybe even 5. I have 4. This is my 5th Snake Eyes. And honestly, because of the color scheme, because it's so referential of the 80s, and because of those glowing hands, it really made it worth the pickup. Like, it does feel almost equal to getting the polar bear. And I'm just really excited about the fact that they did a great job in putting a repaint in with that polar bear. But the polar bear is worth the price of admission alone. If you are a fan of the 80s cartoon, if you're a fan of the G.I. Joe Classified series as a whole, this is an absolute must get. This is an absolute 10 out of 10 right across the board. If you weren't a big fan of the cartoon, if you don't love the animals, if you have a lot of Snake Eyes, I think you need to see what the price point is and whether or not you bought anything in the last couple of weeks. I still think this is a worthy pickup. I just think this is the most fun toy that I got in recent memory, and I got some fun shit, and so that's saying something. Yeah, I really enjoyed this guy. Fun factor alone is it makes it just perfect, and I would put him on a top 10 for 2025. It'd probably come in right at 10, but just fantastic work, Richie. Get it for the polar bear. You're gonna love the polar bear.
I have to make a decision because I don't think I can get the scorpion or the polar bear, but I really kind of want the polar bear. So
I'm telling you, as great as that scorpion is, and it really is great, the polar bear is better. The polar bear is the animal set to have gotten from 2025. It's so good. Not at all disappointing. Articulated paws. Those portraits. The portraits are so fucking good. Like, holy shit, the portraits are good on that bear. So yes, I love this figure. To me, it's a 10 out of 10. One of the most fun things that I got in the last year. Great stuff. For most people, I'd say it probably is going to come in 8 or 9 out of 10. Your mileage may vary on that front, but the polar bear. Polar bear. Boom. Baird. Love it. So good.
And that brings us to
Skrillex says
shit Richie bought this week.
That is right. And the G.I. Joe isn't stopping there because I got some G.I. Joes as well. I ordered some more stuff from AliExpress. This is something that I didn't get like an awesome deal on just because they're new and they're hard to find, but that was not what I went to AliExpress for these ones for. I went to it because they had it. They were certified brand originals. And so I think for Crystal Ball, I paid $75 and $105 for the Ghost Viper, which we're both going to look at. We're going to look at both of them here, starting off with the Crystal Ball. I do have to say that in this case, I should have included pictures, but I forgot. The packages in this case were fucked. I sent Tupper some pictures. And
they were so messed up. I'm like, well, you just throw them out.
Yeah, so
they beat the shit out of those packages when they shipped them to you. Yeah. Holy smokes.
Yeah, so they did not fare well, but on the good side, nothing inside was damaged. I did message the sellers, 1 out of 2 of them, because they came from different sellers, messaged me back saying, next time you order from my store, send me a message, and I'll give you a discount. So I was like, cool, that is an acceptable thing, so I'm impressed by that. So I don't forget it. I also saved myself a screenshot for myself, not just because I don't believe the person, just I need a visual reminder. That being said,
be responsible.
Cristobal is pretty awesome looking. This is a stripped down look for him. He has his pistol there. He's got a holographic shield. Funny enough, the way that it fits on his hand best, because of the way the shield juts out, the symbol does not appear upright. That's just
Oh.
just me. Here is the accessories that he comes with, though. Some of them I didn't. I don't have all of them there. There's an attachment to have like the ghost effect on his shield. He's got a sword, and of course he's got a crystal ball because he's Crystal Ball.
Crystal Ball.
The
Right there in the
head
name.
is very cool looking. It's kind of like a skull slash devil slash Cthulhu look, which I'm all here for. Looks
Yeah,
really,
I love it.
Looks really cool. They got the detailing on the face really good. The costume, the tattoo underneath the shirt there. Looks really good. Here he is with his ghost head and sword and the shield attachment. Good thing is that thing will snap on, so that at least the ghost symbol will appear upright. I still got to play with it a bit more. Maybe there's a way I can have him hold it properly so it looks upright without the ghost. But I think the shield looks better with that attached anyway.
Agreed.
So, and this is how I'm keeping him on my shelf, is with this look. And I've got him there with the crystal ball as well. He's a lot of fun. I love him, mostly even more because I realized recently that he is a creation of Stephen King. So that is going to be...
Well, okay, he's not a creation of Stephen King. Stephen King wrote the file card for when the figure was released in 1987. That's what he did, and he
was
named
created
it.
by Stephen King and his son,
Wasn't.
not Joe Hill, one of his other sons.
Wasn't.
So.
He was Owen King. Owen King is his other son. Yeah.
Owen didn't write any
I'm very-
books. What is he good for?
He edited stuff.
I'm sorry, Owen King. I'm sure you're a great guy. I made a joke at your expense.
Owen King, who has made a very successful career of himself as a writer and editor, mostly editor in his own right. So the one thing I want to say about Crystal Ball is I do fully expect to see this figure released as a part of the retro card series line. So I think it will be coming out at some point down the line, maybe later this year. It was a Walmart exclusive in 2025. That's why Richie had to pay a higher cost for it, because it came out. Walmart didn't put it out in great quantities, and it quickly became highly sought after. There's also some quality control issues or QC issues that hit it where it was a little loose, or I think some of the paint wasn't applied properly. Richie, obviously, you didn't have any problems.
I find one of the arms is a bit loose, and that might be the part of the way of like why it can't hold the shield the way I want it to. But I'm going to play around with it a bit more. But other than that, I have no complaints on it.
Yeah, my disappointment is not that I'm not going to be able to get this at some point, because like I said, I'm convinced that they're going to put this out in the retro card line, and as soon as it comes out, I'm going to snap it up. But I do really love the flaming sword. I do really love the Cthulhu style head and that great glowing snap-on effect for the shield. And I know that when they put it out in retro card, they're not going to include that stuff, and I'm real bummed to miss out on that, because I think that's one of the selling points of this guy if you weren't a fan of him in the 80s. So I'm super excited you got it, and I'm super jealous that you got those accessories.
I'd give him a solid 9 out of 10 for this figure.
That arm really holds you back, and the upside down shield drives you crazy. It's all little. I think when we talk about figures at this level, because these are just, again, G.I. Joe classified stuff is exceptional. It really is nitpicky, and I think when we talk about these things, unless there's a glaring thing for us to draw attention to, it does feel sometimes like we're being very nitpicky on them. That's okay. Like, that's our prerogative.
Collectors are a fickle bunch, so.
Fucking so fickle. Like,
you've heard us it's multiple times on this show on our nitpicks.
We promise to continue to be super nitpicky, especially me, but also Richie, because like that's our job. We're here to nitpick.
Now
we love it.
The next one, I couldn't find anything to fucking nitpick on this guy, and he would definitely be very close to somewhere with Surf's Up Chucky and Budo. I think I would have to put this one like maybe tied with Chucky. and that is the Ghost Viper. So much. This is just like the initial look that I included there. I like how he has like the effects coming out from his gauntlets, like the ghost effects coming from the tube.
Also.
But look at this fucking loadout. It is
Great loadout.
massive. And so much. And I haven't even gotten to the animal yet because, you know, besides the Cobra there is another animal. We'll get to that. I love the spray ghost effect. It's a ghost skull. I tried to take a direct picture of it. It came out blurry, so I couldn't get like the face that well. So maybe I'll get another picture for you.
I did not notice that, Richie, that it is a flaming green skull at the end. That is fucking awesome.
And not only that, that also fits the pistol as well, because the smaller pistol also has a hole. I think the only thing that doesn't have a hole to put that in is the sniper rifle, which was odd. But yeah, it's a flaming green skull, and it looks fucking awesome. This is my preferred head sculpt for him. I like the digital ghost behind the helmet look, and the goggles. They're Cobra Viper goggles basically, and this is basically, from what I understand from Tupper, a green ghostified version of Timber figure. But that's not knocking it, because that ghost dog is fucking cool. Especially when you got the Cobra, and I have him with the werewolf head and the hands as well. That's really cool. And a little zoom in on him there.
Nice. Paint is really strong in this figure.
Really
the paint are really strong.
He's got a Cobra head to go on there as well, and I got the zoom in. I think the only small complaint I have about this figure is the fact that the jaws on the Cobra head and the wolf head aren't articulated, but that's a fucking nitpick and a half, if I have to say. The wolf comes with 2 different heads, so like while it doesn't articulate, you do have the option to have it open or closed depending on the head sculpt that you put on. My preferred look for him is with the ghost skeleton behind the helmet, and I just love it. This is an awesome figure. I'm giving this one a 10 out of 10.
He loves this. He texted me and he was like, this is one of my favorite things that I've gotten recently. He's like, I love this so much. It's also, I think this is just again to bring it back to talking about repaints, because obviously the Polar Bear includes Snake Eyes repaint. This is a Viper and Timber repaint. Most of the stuff that is included accessory wise across both of those figures are reuse. So they've gone into their vaults and they've taken accessories that belong for other toys. Like the Viper here includes the Techno Viper gauntlet arms, and that's where they're able to put those like vents for the ghost green ghost energy.
And those gauntlets remove as well.
That's correct. They do but these are 2 examples, I think, of repaints done perfectly. This is exactly what the paint ops are really strong. The accessories, they make sense. They've tailored the accessories to connect with the repaint that they've done, and they've in one case crafted the story from an animated series that we're all familiar with, or fans of the series are familiar with. And in this other case, this is a creating of a storyline that's like, you now have your general in Crystal Ball, and then you have the Ghost Viper as his lieutenants, and however many Ghost Vipers you want to get, you can mix and match, create different looks with them. I love both of the head sculpts. I like the other non-skull sculpt personally a little bit more, but I like techie looking shit.
I like skulls.
I told Richie if I found this at a good price, it would absolutely be a must get, because I think it is really, really good. It just doesn't fit in with my collection that I have built up, and it's not necessarily my aesthetic, but it is absolutely Richie's. So I'm very happy you got this.
It was worth the elevated price for me, and that's all that matters. So
That's all that matters. Yeah. You want to feel like you're getting your worth, and you definitely got your worth out of both these guys.
Yeah. That being said, we talked about in our other show, Reloaded, how we were recently at the Ottawa Comic-Con, Winter Comic-Con / Festival Hobby. And, of course, I couldn't go to that without getting some action figures. We had to split up our day. Jen went for the morning, I went for the afternoon because Vanessa was sick, strep throat, and scarlet fever because she's a trooper.
Get it all out of the way at once, we say. Right. And she's fine now.
That's right, exactly.
She's fine.
She just finished, she was fine 2 to 3 days after the antibiotics started. We just finished the last of the antibiotics finally this morning because they, really pump you through, son. You got to finish them because that's how it works, folks. Finish your antibiotics. Anyways, just saying.
Finish your pills. Otherwise, no one will. And that way, if somebody breaks into your house, they have nothing to steal from your medicine cabinet because all the pills have been finished.
I recently got the Werewolf Raph from the TMNT Universal Monsters crossovers, which was an addition to my Dracula Shredder. But Jen saw a couple more. The first being this Leonardo as the Hunchback, who is super cool, who comes with some great accessories and a really cool feature that we'll get to in a moment. So he's got his swords. Those flame bits go onto the swords so he can have flaming swords. He's got shovels.
Great loadout.
Yeah. He's got the bone. That brain in the container, actually, that container opens out and the brain comes out.
Nice.
So that is super cool. So I like when they do cool things like that. That hand holds the skull perfectly, although it fell out a lot as I was taking the photo. So it was in there perfectly, go to take the photo, it falls out. Damn it. Happened 6 times. But
that's what she said.
The coolest thing about this figure, and it was because at first it was a tough choice for me. It was because for this line, a couple figures have 2 versions, and Raph has the wolf and Frankenstein. I love werewolves. I don't hate Frankenstein, but I fucking love werewolves and Raph, so that had to be the one. And then Leo comes with the creature of the Black Lagoon, or this. I did not know this, but I'm glad I picked this one because the shell opens. You can store the skull in there. You can store the brain in there. I've actually gotten everything except for the extra hands into the back of that. Once you put in the extra hands, it gets a little hard to close it, and I don't want to end up bending anything, so I put the hands in my containers. But otherwise, everything else is in the shell, so if I want to switch something up, it's quick to do. He looks great. The Hunchback costume looks great. He doesn't have an extra head, but his accessories and the fact that the shell opens up really makes up for that. But I think they really nailed the head sculpt on this one, as they really have for a lot of the Universal Monster TMNT crossovers. But yeah, phenomenal figure. I was blown away by that shell storage feature. That is awesome.
That's great. I love this. Yeah, this is wonderful. Really nice job.
The other one that Jen found for me was the Michelangelo as the mummy.
I love that. Great pose.
Yeah, I like that too.
Very MJ from the 80s. Very, very MJ.
He does have a couple heads. This is one of them. I think he has a couple heads, if I'm not mistaken. This is his loadout. He comes with a staff. I love that his nunchucks are actually anks, as well as nunchucks.
I'm sorry. Oh, okay. You said nunchucks there for a second, and I'm like, is that how you pronounce it regularly? Nunchucks? Nunchucks.
He's got some extra hands, and he's got some cloth pieces that are fallen off, so to speak. Yes, he does have an extra head. That is much better and a little bit more hilariously terrifying, I gotta say.
You know what it looks like? It looks like the way the masks for the original 1990s Turtles movie look now.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like. It looks like the masks from the 90s Turtles movie, the way they look look now because of degradation over like 35 years.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. I love that.
But yeah, so a lot of great posability for the figure, great accessories, a lot of things you can do it with, and it really fits in with my love for turtles slash horror stuff. Really got no complaints on this guy. You can there's enough room in the back where you can just inch the nunchucks into the belts like he would in his back. So another great figure horror wise slash TMNT slash NECA. I did not get this next one from the Ottawa Comic Con, but I was like, this is a good price on Amazon for this guy, and I can get him in like a few days. And that is one of the ones that I wanted to get for a little while, and that is Splinter as Van Helsing. Very cool and interesting that he comes with his own little stand as part of his loadout that the others didn't get. He's got his little crossbow. He's got several arrows, different types of arrows, one with garlic on it, 3 stakes, a knife, a couple different sets of hands. He has a head that is not that does not have the head. I prefer the hatted head. The arrows fit in his quiver beautifully, very well. The arrow will actually rest on top of the crossbow as well, so that's super cool. And I'm sure too, if I slid it a little further, I could have a look of it like as it's being shot, so to speak. The hands hold the stakes very well. Maybe I don't have it in the picture very well. Oh yeah, in that picture you can see he's got the stakes in the front along with the knife. There's a spot. Yeah. There's a spot for everything. It really is a great figure. And now the only figures that I'm missing from the line is the Donatello, which I'm going to show a quick picture of, as the Invisible Man. This guy is elusive, which is funny because he's Invisible Man. He is tough.
Can't find him.
He's tough to find.
And he worked all over the place.
I've seen him go for, depending on the site, anywhere between $39.99 and like $150.
Oh shit!
EB Games, my store doesn't have it, but there are stores in Canada that do have it, and EB Games is $39.99. So I will be visiting my favorite store and seeing if they can pull one over. If not, I'm gonna find him other means, but that's gonna be my first step. I was a little on the fence on the next two. But I've recently decided, as I was putting the show together last night, this morning, that I definitely want the Casey as the Phantom because he looks fucking cool, especially like the Phantom mask that's like half off and he's like got some damage. It's just. Yeah. And April O'Neil as the bride is pretty cool as well. I don't have the Raph Frankenstein. They would complement each other very well, but I only want 4 turtles from this line, and it had to be the Raph with as the werewolf. So, but.
One of the things I find very interesting about these is they seem to be based on the Turtles movie from 1990.
Yeah,
it does feel like that was they started there and they started going from there as far as the designs and the sculpts and everything, because it did that.
Sorry,
I was just gonna say it's very reminiscent of Paige Turco from the first Turtles movie, and I was just like, oh, that's interesting. You know,
and I think that's what sold that. I think that's why this line really connects with me, is because it is those turtles, and I didn't realize it before, and I think that's why I was more on the fence on the April as the bride. But until I pulled up an actual close up and realized, oh, that's fucking Paige Turco as April as the bride. That's cool. So now, yes, I do have to get I do have to complete the set now. So.
I'm into it.
So
I think you do.
but that's not all. Not more NECA, but a couple more Star Wars figures that I did find at the Ottawa Comic Con winter edition. One being this Darth Maul. Now there is another Darth Maul with soft goods cloak that comes with his speeder. However, it's really bulky, and I don't like the look of it on him for the figure.
Yeah.
So this one is definitely the better pick for me. And he was a pretty good price, so I picked him up. I mean,
soft goods when it comes to 6-inch figures, like limited is best. Capes are great, obviously. When you do the whole outfit in soft goods, it does get bulky, and I don't like it.
It is very difficult. Cloaks, like just a cloak is fine. You'll see that in a moment. But I like this Darth Maul figure. He's pretty cool.
You finally start pulling the lightsabers out of those. Figure that out.
Oh yeah, you'll see that. I think I have an Obi-Wan pose in the next one up. But yeah. Great figure. Speaking of the Obi-Wan, the Wandering Jedi version from the Obi-Wan series. I wanted an Obi-Wan series one because I like the series, and two, to complement the Duel's End Vader. This one's really cool. He's got his blaster. He's got his little droid that he had there. I forget its name, but you can either have him on his hand like that, or there's another cool way to, I don't know if you can see the little clear piece in the middle, but that is a little thing that you can use to connect to his sleeve, and it has another piece that comes out. So there's a couple of ways to display this guy. And then here you go. I find the hood on this robe is a little irksome on when you're trying to get it posed, but otherwise the robe is really cool and works great. I think in one of these photos you can't actually see it, but his lightsaber is on his hilt, is on his belt without the blade attached to it this time. So.
Richie, listen to me.
That's right.
I'm occasionally smart.
That's right. So I expanded my my Star Wars figure collection. I did see recently at both an EB and at the Ottawa Comic Con Winter Edition, someone had the older version of the Star Killer, like the one that looks like Sam Witwer before he becomes Lord Starkiller, which we previewed last week, which I'm definitely going to get. I considered getting it, but I don't love the face sculpt on it, so if I see it at a bit lower price, I'll probably get it.
So Richie, are you now a Star Wars action figure collector?
I am.
Have you crossed into this whole world?
7, 8. I have 9, and I have. I think I have. Do I have any Star Wars pre-ordered right now? Yeah. So I went from 0 to 9 in like 60 seconds.
Which is not that fast, but is very expensive.
Yeah. Pre-ordered figures. Do I have any Star Wars right now? No, I have no current Star Wars pre-ordered. But when that Starkiller goes up, Lord Starkiller goes up for pre-order, I will be pre-ordering him. I think I'll be a bit selective with my Star Wars line. Like, for the most part, with the exception of my... someone's calling me. I will end that. With the exception of my, the other Obi-Wan, which is from the prequels, everything's from the newer media that I have. It's all from sequel stuff, because it's... sort of sequel stuff, because Obi-Wan is set before the sequels, but... after the other ones, Darth Maul's prequel. Yeah, prequel or sequel stuff, it seems, that I've got in my line. Because I've got the Master Saul, I've got the newer Boba Fett. But I do really like some of the newer Star Wars media. So I am going to get it. And I like the stuff that's themed with the games as well. So...
I'm still very much on the fence. I know when we were doing coming soons, there was a Chewbacca and a Han Solo that we previewed last year, and I was like, "Ooh, I might want to get those." And I'm still very much on the fence.
Yeah, I'm
again,
thinking
Star Wars
about
action
those.
figures. Yeah, like my problem, Richie, is that Star Wars action figures tend to be priced higher than, your Marvel Legends or some of your NECA figures or your G.I. Joe Classified or your McFarlane's. And I don't feel like that increased price point makes sense.
It's for the name.
Like
it's not for the value of the product.
Yeah.
You're not getting, because one thing I've noticed with the Star Wars is like, you don't get extra hands. I think there was one I had that had one extra hand for something. We did note when we were talking about the Lord Starkiller that he did have different hands, and we were mentioning that's something that they need to do for the Star Wars figures, especially with the higher price point, is include those extra accessories, like the lightsaber blade that's like in motion. I forget if that's the right term for it. But yeah,
I think that's called a wing, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, there we go.
I believe it's a wing. Yeah, so I would like to see more at that. I don't mind paying $45, $50 for a figure, but I need more. And I feel like with the Star Wars stuff currently, you're not getting a lot. You're paying for that IP, and I don't want to pay for that IP. That to me is an IPU.
Yes.
Sorry, I had to throw a pun in there. So I'm really hoping the Black Series, from what I've been hearing, is still obviously a popular line, but there are people that have been complaining about it quite a lot. So I am hoping Hasbro, which does a good job with listening to fans, does start to maybe put a little bit more effort into their Star Wars stuff. I'd love to see better articulation with those figures, and I'd love to see an increase in accessories. And I'm looking for a step up in their sculpts. The Han Solo and the Chewbacca looked pretty good from last year. That will be a determining factor.
There's a Luke and Grogu that I would get if the Luke didn't look like the bad CGI Luke from the show, because it really does look like the bad CGI Luke. I'm like, why don't you just give him a good Luke face?
Yeah, I think that needs to be a few little incremental changes that Hasbro needs to do to their Star Wars Black Series line before I fully commit to it. But again, I would love to have Han and Chewie. I'd love to have a Leia. I'd love to have some of the different stormtroopers. And I
think I do need to get some stormtroopers. That's some things I should get.
I do love my 2 stormtroopers. I think that there's definitely more that they could be doing with this line, and I would be okay with that, honestly. If they start implementing those changes. So, let's hope that there's more to come. But I think you and I in particular are going to be paying very close, which means we're going to be very nitpicky with what's coming from Star Wars, because I'm with you. I would love to get more into this line, but they need to step up their game. And we're seeing a lot of step ups lately. I think Star Wars is next. I think we're going to see some cool stuff coming in the next year from the Black Series.
They're already starting to do it a little bit with them. So, and we'll see. But there you have it, folks. That's all we got for you today. Hopefully next time we record, or maybe not next time. I was going to say we'd have some Spidey stuff, but that's coming in the middle of February. I might have my Uncanny Spidey by the next time we record, but...
Well, I can tell you guys that we definitely have reviews coming for 1, 2, 3, 4 more G.I. Joe figures that I either have in my collection or that are coming. And I'm going to tease this. One of those figures would be going on my worst list for 2025. So you're going to have to stay tuned to find out how I could take a G.I. Joe figure, which I am a massive fan of, and put it on a worst list. You're going to have to stay tuned for that, because I have reasoning. But that's coming up.
Who knows? I might have found the last 3 remaining figures from the NECA Universal Monsters line by the time we next record. That is a high possibility.
Can we deliver any more awesome entertainment for you in this subject area? I don't think so. I think we are giving it to you, and in a non-sexual way.
That's right.
We are giving you
Which is
quality.
why you should hit that bell, like and subscribe.
Boom. Thumbs
come
up.
back every week. Check out our other content as well. That's right. But with that, we'll see you next time, folks. Have a good one. I didn't forget to include the outro this time.
1984,
Yay.
I know it's hard to remember. All 1980
And always
members.
remember,
That's why you have to go and collect them
Daft
all.
Punk
Tell your parents they can buy them at the mall. Now.
Hates Jared Leto.
When's that new series of 1984s coming out? Right now.
Yeah, they fucking do.
Go!
Fuck you, Jared Leto. That's going to be the new closer. I'm going to say something nice about Daft Punk and something bad about Jared Leto.
I love it.
Love it.